Hello beautiful people, Tila here. Today I'm coming to you from lockdown. We are sort of in a hard lockdown period here. And yeah, I've been ordering a lot of books lately, and yesterday I had this one arrive and I haven't opened it yet. Now, I don't know what it is, and I thought what I'd do is I'd open it in front of the camera and then I would read a few pages from whatever book it is. So as most of you know, I love books. I read a lot, and I'm always ordering books. So I actually have no idea what is in this pack. So if you'll bear with me, I'm going to open it up, and just for a bit of fun, just gonna see what book it is. Okay. So I usually get my books from Book Depository as well, because they do free delivery and it always arrives really quickly. So let's see what I have here. Okay, it is Gabby Bernstein's Super Attractor. So that is great. I actually forgot that I had ordered this. So this is a really nice surprise, and just on Gabby, I have been really sort of watching, listening to a lot of her podcasts lately, and really enjoying them. I read Universe Has Your Back. I read that a few years ago, and I've just found in recent months that I've sort of reconnected with her books, her podcasts, and what have you. So somewhere along the line, I've obviously ordered this book as well. So don't know whether anyone's read it yet, but let's have a read. Okay, so firstly, a little blurb on the back says, Super Attractor is a manifesto for confidently claiming your desires. You'll learn how to do less and attract more, relax and trust that what you desire is on the way, know that spiritual guidance is available to you at all times, feel a sense of awe each day as you witness miracles unfold. That sounds amazing. Accepting that you're a super attractor will change everything. You'll trust that it's safe to release the past and you'll no longer fear the future. Okay, I'm just going to choose a chapter to read from. So let's see what we've got here. Okay, we've got Universe always delivers. It's good to feel good. Have fun along the way. Do less and attract more. Let the universe catch up with your dreams. I am going to choose chapter 4, have fun along the way, because I feel like I need to be lifted up a little bit with our latest restrictions and lockdown and, homeschooling and all that kind of stuff. So have fun along the way, page 63. Let's see what the opening pages say. Have fun along the way. One Saturday morning in June, I went to a friend's house for breakfast. It was a sunny, beautiful weekend day, and we made a delicious meal together. But while I was relaxed and enjoying myself, it was clear that she was nervous and distracted. As we sat at the table drinking coffee, I asked her what was wrong. She told me that later that morning, she was taking her 9-year-old son, Jack, to a baseball tryout. He'd find out that day whether he'd be moving up to the majors or staying in the minors. She was worried that he wasn't going to make it and that he'd be devastated. Out of the corner of my eye, I caught a glimpse of Jack. He was standing in the living room, overhearing our conversation. I saw the fear in his eyes and I could sense his discomfort. My friend looked over at him and said, Jack, the only thing you need to do today is have fun. Don't worry about what happens, just have a good time. I could tell he wanted to believe that, but his nervous expression told me that his fear of not getting picked was stronger than his desire to have fun. Jack headed off to tryouts, and when he returned a few hours later, it was obvious from his body language that he had not been picked. The sad energy was palpable. Instead of trying to let it blow over, I went over to Jack. I said, I understand you're disappointed. Tell me about how you feel. I let him rant. He went on about how unfair it all was, how the boy who got moved up was smaller, younger, not as good. Jack built up a tremendous amount of energetic momentum around the negative story. At first, the spiritual teacher in me wanted to do anything I could to relieve him of his pain and bring him back into a good mood. But Jack was really digging in. I wasn't going to get this 9-year-old boy from despair to carefree happiness all that quickly. In situations like these, we almost never leap from misery right to joy. But we can lift ourselves out of a low vibration energy bit by bit. I like to refer to Abraham Hicks' emotional guidance scale shown below. This is just really funny because I have just for the first time today, a few hours ago, listened to my very first podcast by Abraham Hicks. So that's really bizarre. Anyways, the idea behind the emotional scale is that while you can't usually go from a low vibration to a high vibration right away, you can make small moves up the scale. Attainable, better feeling thoughts and energy help you climb the scale to a joyful place. Your emotions are a direct indicator of how much you're resisting or allowing. When you're in an energy of joy, you're allowing yourself to be a super attractor. The closer you are to the emotion of joy, the more easily you attract what you want. But what do you do when you're really far from a feeling of joy? In these situations, it's not wise to try and leap up the scale as fast as possible. If you've ever tried to force yourself to do it, then you know how hard it is. In fact, trying to go from a very low vibration to a very high vibration quickly might leave you feeling worse. When you're in a negative place, high vibe thoughts won't resonate. They'll just feel false. So instead of trying to leap, we have to lovingly guide ourselves back to joy. I like that. Lovingly guide ourselves back to joy. Returning to joy is a gentle process that requires small steps up the emotional scale. The emotional scale is a list of commonly felt emotions ranging from joy, appreciation, freedom, love and empowerment, the highest, to fear, despair, desperation, grief and powerlessness, the lowest. The goal is to identify where you are on the emotional scale and proactively reach for better feeling thoughts that lead to better feeling emotions. Once you stabilize in a new emotion, you've moved up the scale. Then you continue the practice of reaching for a better feeling thought and moving up the scale to a higher vibration emotion. The emotions you feel become the energy you emit. Your energy is important because it's your point of attraction. So when you're low on the emotional scale, you're emitting negative energy and attracting people, situations, and experiences into your life that match that vibration. This is why we say things like, my day went from bad to worse, and I'm in a negative spiral. We're always attracting and manifesting, even if it's unconscious. As you lift yourself out of a low vibration state and move up the emotional scale, your point of attraction shifts with every step. When you lean toward joy in any situation, you literally change the vibrational frequency of what's happening around you. And I will just finish off there. So that's just a little taste of my latest book that I've just opened called Super Attractor by Gabby Bernstein. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Bye.